Now at 9, a 4-state travel agent recently under scrutiny on social media is now behind bars. Plus, with river levels still up, what you need to know to stay safe on your next float. Answer to the nationwide trucking shortage.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities arrest a travel agent in Miami, Oklahoma after a fraud investigation. This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Diane Wyford was recently scrutinized on social media for alleged fraudulent activity. She's now behind bars for bad checks written in Taney County, Missouri in 2016. Wyford, who also goes by the last name Cott, was booked into the Ottawa County Jail yesterday after a traffic stop. She's being held without bond. Wyford allegedly wrote more than $10,000 in checks that the prosecutor filed charges on nearly 8 years ago. In a separate Miami police investigation, authorities believe Wyford's company, Wyford Tour and Travel, has taken payment from clients totaling tens of thousands of dollars. Authorities say the bookings are not there when people show up because they never existed in the first place. Alexa Gilman of Webb City says she's out about $5,200 on a trip she's planning to take this summer.
I have filed complaints with several different entities, and I have a couple left that I intend to because I would like to see justice served. I don't know if financially that will happen. I do know my credit card company is working with me very, very nicely, but I don't know if ultimately the entity that has done this to all of us, I don't know if she's got finances left. I don't know.
The Miami Police Department says anyone who believes they're victims to register your information in a complaint with the Oklahoma Attorney General and the Consumer Protection Unit. Cherokee County Sheriff's Office announces a new program in partnership with What 3 Words. The What 3 Words program provides users a simple way to communicate their precise location in the event of an emergency. Well, authorities say What 3 Words is not a replacement for 911. It is an option to obtain emergency services.
One of the greatest features of the product, What 3 Words offers offline mapping. So being in a rural county, farm areas, mineland wildlife areas, a lot of times citizens don't have service, but they're still able to access the What 3 Words map and give us the 3 words in the square so we can find a precise location where they're at.
The What 3 Words app is free and available on iOS and Android devices. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
Yeah, it turned out to be a warm and humid day for us today as we did go into lower 80s for highs, a smidge above our average high for this time of the year. Average is 81, we hit 83, we started at 60, right where we should start for this time of the year. Let's go outside, looks pretty good. In Joplin, sitting at 74. Pittsburgh is 74 as well, 71 in Stockton, Anderson, 69 in Bella Vista. Miami at 72, Oswego 73. We have Parsons, 75. Iola is sitting at 72. Had a few scattered thunderstorms in our southern counties earlier. We've lost the heating of the day, so those are gone. Here's our next wave building out across western parts of Kansas, and this wave will start to give us showers and thunderstorms late in the daytime hours tomorrow. So tonight's fine, through the morning's okay. We'll drop back to 61. We'll look at those thunderstorms on the forecast here in just a bit.
Thanks, Doug. Well, water levels have receded to the point where floating companies are putting people back on the Elk River. But if you're planning to take to the water, take caution as those water levels are still 2 feet higher than before the Memorial Weekend storms. KOAM's Anthony Saviello spoke with businesses and floaters to find out what precautions you should take.
Here on the Elk River, water levels have been receding to the point where floating businesses are letting people back out on the water. But you can see behind me, the river is flowing fast, and these rapids are a testament to how fast it's actually going. And it's still a concern for many kayakers and canoers. And businesses are warning that you need to stay safe while you're out on the river.
Definitely say have a good time, but definitely wear your life jackets. Wear your life jackets. And if you are not a good swimmer, definitely don't go floating when we're in flood stage levels. And definitely just look ahead. see what's in front of you. You know, there could be a log or anything that you do need to kind of steer around. So just look ahead and wear your life jacket.
Catherine Reeser, with 2 sons floating in campgrounds, says their company took a hit with the recent flooding, but waters are now low enough to put people back on the Elk. Now, not only is floating back up and running, but the campgrounds are now open as well too. Less than a week ago, this area was completely flooded and covered in water.
Safety is number one with us, and when the water starts rising like that, it's not safe to put on boats. So yeah, definitely take into account floodwaters when you go put your boats in.
Rietta Sadler, a Nixon native, made sure to do proper research before floating the Elk River.
Well, to start with, I've been tracking the river for a few days now. I have apps on my phone that track water levels, and I also have a bunch of Facebook groups that chatter on water levels and safety and stuff like that. So I did a lot of research.
Here at 2 Sons, they're going to give you all the necessary equipment you need to enjoy your day out on the river. Most importantly, a life jacket in case of emergencies. But you'll have your paddle and your kayak to enjoy and have fun. But it's also important to stay mindful and be aware of everything as you float so you can know what to do in case of emergency. Reporting in McDonald County, Missouri, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Catherine says if you're looking for a less crowded time to float, weekdays are the best time to get out on the water. And before you get on the river, you can learn information about water levels on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, coming up, whether it's the river, the lake, or the pool, don't forget your skin. Why you may need extra protection from the sun when you're headed for the big splash.
Society at Opie's Pizza Pool.
Pittsburgh's Aquatic Center is just one of the many 4-state community pools that have opened their doors for the season. KOAM's Amber Jenkins spoke to staff about protecting your skin poolside.
Attendance during Memorial Day weekend broke records for Pittsburgh Aquatic Center. The pool manager says with high attendance numbers, pool staff are hyper-vigilant for water safety as well as skin protection.
We see lots of people come through and you can tell that they have not put on any sunscreen in the past, and so we kindly put out the sunscreen and recommend that they put it on today.
The Aquatic Center will provide sunscreen to attendees in need. According to the manager, staying hydrated is half the battle.
Another thing about protecting your skin that a lot of people don't think about is drinking water the whole time that you're out here as well, because then it dehydrates you and it makes your skin even more prone to getting sunburnt as well.
The youth of Pittsburgh are cooling off with some water fun while being mindful of their skin health.
Burns your skin and it can make you have sunburns, so make sure you guys always bring sunscreen.
Sunscreen is good because you don't get burnt on your skin. That's why you need sunscreen.
Because you get blisters and you turn really red and no.
Yeah. Because if you don't wear it, you can get sun cancer. It's very important so that your skin, it's a real thing.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Well, the Pittsburgh Aquatic Center is open daily from 1 to 7 p.m. Freeman Health hosted its annual Health and Resource Fair today. Area seniors could receive a springtime health checkup. The public event also gave residents an opportunity to meet with Freeman providers and receive preventative guidance.
It comes once a year, and I love the turnout. This is a wonderful combination of vendors and Freeman people, and then the public and my Freeman Advantage members. So it's an exciting place to be today, obviously.
The Come and Go event also featured informative presentations, interactive booths, giveaways, drawings for door prizes, and a free breakfast. The Carthage Public Library teamed up with the Red Cross to celebrate a fine forgiveness event. The event marked the first blood drive hosted by the Carthage Public Library. Every patron who gave blood at the event had all of their overdue fines forgiven. The patron was listed as the parent of a minor child. That child's overdue fines were forgiven as well.
And you're not prepared for that a lot of times when you go in for surgery and they come to you and say, Julie, we need to give you blood. Well, you can give consent for that. Sure. I'd never donated blood before. But once you need that to survive, you really understand and you're willing to give to others.
Anyone unable to attend this fine forgiveness event or was unable to give blood today can expect 2 more fine forgiveness events before the end of the year. Well, Doug is next with a complete look at your forecast. And later, big honors for a Diamond softball player. John Dales has that story and more coming up in sports.
Veteran suicide.
Not a bad Wednesday for us today. Temperatures, they were warm. We went into lower 80s for afternoon highs. The humidity is starting to creep up just a little bit. Looks pretty good right now. Here's a great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. We are looking downtown Joplin, off toward the north and to the east. Looks good. Evening daylight hours continue to extend. Remember, we don't gain sunlight or evening daylight hours during the summer. We gain it in the spring and we lose it in the fall, because once we hit the first day of summer, days start getting shorter once again. But we still have 20-ish, 22-ish days to go where we extend that light. 70 in Nevada, 71 in Neosho, Grand Lake 72, 75 in Parsons, also in Chanute. Let's go outside. Here's 7th and Rangeline currently sitting at 74. East southeasterly winds, a very light breeze across the region. Had some isolated thunderstorms in our southern counties earlier today. Now we're watching this batch out to our west, moving into western Nebraska, western parts of Kansas. This is our next batch that will start to affect us late tomorrow, or at least our next wave late tomorrow, and then into Friday, a wave following it up right behind it. These are weak waves, so we don't have the oomph to get severe thunderstorms, but we are going to have showers and thunderstorms. Rain chances increasing late, mainly after 3 or 4 p.m. through tomorrow night, most of the day Friday, and then we'll start to taper as we go into the weekend. Let me walk you through it. For us tonight, lower 60s, looks good. Clouds increase through the morning, will stay dry. By noon, a few showers may start to increase in our western counties. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, here's 4:30 p.m. Again, non-severe. Just showers and thunderstorms. We'll have a period through the evening hours, pushing through and then out late in the evening. And then late tomorrow night, scattered showers and thunderstorms increase again, especially Friday morning. Friday's going to be a wet day, mainly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms most of the day. As we get into Friday afternoon, just periods of showers and thunderstorms. We may even get a few stronger storms, but again, I'm not anticipating anything severe. You can see the counterclockwise rotation with our surface wind showing us a little area of low pressure working through. Showers start to dissipate Friday night, out of here by the time we head into Saturday morning. All right, rainfall with this next system. A lot of areas are going to pick up a ½ an inch, maybe an inch of rain, and then there's going to be some areas, we'll see where the heaviest kind of lines up, but some areas could pick up an inch, maybe a little bit more across the region. 65 to start, 79 by noon, 80 by 4. Showers picking up late in the day. 72 cooler with the clouds on Friday. Saturday looks good, near 80. Most of Sunday looks good, just a pop-up thunderstorm late. So in general, the weekend looks pretty good. Thunderstorms back in Monday. Some of those can be strong to severe, and then hit and miss storms next Tuesday and Wednesday. Hotter next week, upper 80s most of the week.
Okay, well, I'm not looking for that rise in temperature, though.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
First week of June.
We got a couple 70s on there. That's
yeah.
Good. We'll enjoy those. All right, thanks, Doug.
You bet.
Well, there are still plenty of folks without power in North Texas after yet another round of deadly storms rolled through the area on Tuesday. Fox weather correspondent Robert Ray has more from Valley View, Texas.
Everybody around the neighborhood is out of power.
Power outages have skyrocketed in Texas after severe weather tore across the Dallas-Fort Worth area on Tuesday, hitting communities with hurricane-force wind gusts and baseball-sized hail that forced officials to activate outdoor warning sirens. At one point, more than 1 million customers were left without electricity, and local officials say getting the lights back on won't be easy or fast.
This is a broken lines problem brought about by straight line winds.
This, unfortunately, will be a multi-day power outage situation.
Tuesday's severe weather was an extension of deadly storms that swept across the central U.S. over the Memorial Day weekend, killing at least 24 people in 7 states. And on Tuesday, a 16-year-old boy was killed when powerful thunderstorms caused a home under construction to collapse.
We just see the houses like moving like bad, and then we just hear a lot of cracking noises.
Meanwhile, folks here in North Texas are still assessing the damage from the weekend tornadoes. Entire communities were destroyed, and some are dealing with the loss of multiple family members. They say they'll be grieving as the recovery process ramps up.
We try to stand firm, we try to stand strong, but when it comes to your neighbors, it comes to your friends, your family, if you try to hold it in too long, it's gonna mess you up.
And there's really no relief in the short term, as the central U.S. is expected to be battered by more storms over the course of the coming days. In Valley View, Texas, Robert Ray, Fox Weather.
Well, coming up, panda diplomacy.
It's pandemonium in Washington, at the zoo at least. China is sending 2 very special visitors to D.C. I'm Caroline Shively in Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
This is home.
It's a roadway revolution out there, with engineers racing to advance new tech that could transform the trucking industry as we know it. Fox News' Sean Lengill takes a look at how driverless trucks and wirelessly charging highways are making their mark.
With a nationwide trucking shortage continuing to impact the industry, companies are eyeing new innovations to ensure consumers get their products fast, especially when online shopping and overnight shipping reigns supreme. So, what do you do when there aren't enough drivers?
So at Aurora, what we're building is a driver.
The American Trucking Association estimates the driver shortage to be roughly 64,000. Officials at Aurora hope their driverless semi-trucks will provide solutions.
The Aurora Driver is this combination of the hardware, the stuff you can see hanging off the side of the truck here, so different sensors like a LiDAR and camera and radar that allow it to see the world, and then some really interesting software that allows it to take that data to figure out how to drive safely through the world.
In a few months, the company plans to have up to 20 driverless trucks carrying goods for FedEx, Uber Freight, and more between Dallas and Houston, Texas. They want to expand across the Sun Belt by 2026.
We want to be out there with thousands or tens of thousands of trucks on the road.
The trucking industry is also trying to make its vehicles greener while speeding up deliveries. Researchers at Purdue University are teaming up with the Indiana Department of Transportation to build a wireless charging roadway. The test section will be armed with electrical conductors. Those can charge EV trucks with special sensors as they drive over them, without forcing them to stop.
Providing power from a roadway to a vehicle with the goal of reducing the battery size and eliminating range anxiety.
Sean Langell, Fox News.
Well, mowing season is underway, and that means MoDOT mowers are hitting the highways, so be on the lookout when you head out the door. The mowers move slowly, about 2 to 5 miles per hour, but usually have a follow truck with them to alert you of the mower ahead. Now, MoDOT is asking drivers to slow down, be prepared to stop and wait, and focus on the road.
Most of the time our mowers will be off on the shoulder mowing, but when they do come to a bridge or an overpass, they do have to come out into the roadway to go around that. When we are in that situation, we will have a protective vehicle like this one with a TMA or crash cushion on the back of that. Just be alert, make sure that you're looking out for our folks. They're very visible, a lot of lighting.
You can report any grass or weeds blocking visibility at intersections along state roads by calling MoDOT's 24/7 customer service line. It's on your screen right now, or you can report it on MoDOT's website. Marijuana laws in the U.S. appear to be having an impact on college decision-making. New research published in the journal Economic Inquiry shows states with legalized recreational marijuana use have seen up to a 9% increase in freshman enrollments compared to states without such legalization. Well, people in southern Iceland are seeing their 5th volcanic eruption since December. That story next. Moment you call. A volcano in southeast Iceland is erupting again. This marks the 5th eruption from the same crater in 3 months. The volcano is located northeast of Grindavik, a coastal town about 30 miles southeast of Iceland's capital. Iceland's Blue Lagoon, a top tourist attraction, had to be evacuated and remains closed. Still, Iceland's main international airport remains open, with flights still arriving and departing. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. The Southwest Missouri Fire Department revives its junior firefighter program. Plus, China is sending 2 giant pandas back to the National Zoo this year. What that means for relations between China and the U.S.
Tonight at 10:30.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Emergency personnel respond to a fatal crash involving a trash truck this afternoon in southeast Kansas. The crash occurred around 4:30 on private property between Galena and Riverton. According to the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office, 63-year-old Tyrone Palmer of Riverton was loading trash into a trash truck when the truck went into gear and ran him over. Palmer was pronounced dead at the scene. Next of kin have been notified. Authorities respond to a head-on crash in Joplin this evening. It happened around 5:30 at Zora and Miller. A driver heading west experienced a medical emergency and swerved into oncoming traffic. The vehicle struck an SUV and then another vehicle head-on. 6 people, including 3 children, were rushed to area hospitals. All 3 children were transferred to Springfield for a higher level of care. The Oklahoma Senate advances a bill enhancing support for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. Senate Bill 2039, which received unanimous approval, establishes the Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Services Revolving Fund. The fund will enable the Attorney General's office to provide faster and more comprehensive services to victims statewide. The Bolivar, Missouri Fire Department is working to revitalize a program for high school students. Chris Bryant spoke with those behind the idea to bring more people into public service.
The Junior Fire Cadet Program is designed for high school students who are interested in a career in fire service, EMS, or public safety.
I've been a firefighter for 4 years.
At times, you have to start a career to find your true calling.
I was working in accounting and I was like, this isn't it. And so I just got into firefighting and EMT that way one day.
Now she wants to give high school students the chance to see the career that she calls.
Oh, I love it. It's the best thing ever.
That's why she volunteered to head up the Junior Fire Cadet Program at the Bolivar Fire Department.
Starting at a young age in the fire service can really help you grow. And so kids need it, actually. They need to be aware. Most people don't even think about how to get on a fire truck or an ambulance at that age.
Bolivar Fire hopes high school students between the ages of 14 and 18 are interested in those fields sign up for the program. Students will learn CPR and basic life support as well as patient care and fire dynamics.
And need somebody, really to invest in it, invest in those kids. And Danielle jumped on it, and we're really excited to see what happens Sunday and how many kids we get.
By giving high school students hands-on experience with the tools and equipment within the fire department can foster a passion.
To get those kids a young age, whether it's fire, police, or EMS, that public safety mindset is huge to get them in the door and their foot in the door and get them kind of, oh, this is an optional path.
Even if those don't take a career in public safety.
I hope they learn helping people, education planning, planning for the future and what they want to do, and just maybe even a respect for public service as well. So that'd be nice.
For those interested, there will be an informational meeting on Sunday, June 2nd at 3 p.m. at the Bolivar Public Safety Center. Well, some major news coming from the White House today in regards to China. You might call it a breakthrough in panda diplomacy. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively has more from Washington.
Meet 2-year-old Bao Li. If his gymnastics and general adorableness don't make you smile, then just keep watching.
I'm so happy. Pandas are my favorite animal.
Right now, you'd have to go all the way to China to see Bao Li and 2-year-old female Qing Bao. But on Wednesday, the White House announced,
it's official. The pandas are coming back to D.C.
Giant pandas have been a fixture in the nation's capital for more than 50 years, with the first of many coming to the U.S. after President Nixon's historic 1972 visit to China. Then last November, D.C. went panda-free when Tian and Mei Xiang and their cub left for China. One of the new pandas, Bao Li, is actually the grandson of Tian and Mei Xiang, and maybe something more.
It's part of the symbol of the friendship of U.S. and China, because currently the U.S.-China still has a tension, but the pandas returning back to the capital means that we still have friendship.
The pandas' return will be a welcome sight for the nearly 2 million people who visit the National Zoo each year. Millions more can watch them on the Panda Cam. But the main reason for bringing them back is preservation.
The panda's arrival is not just an exciting event, but it is proof positive of the success of our giant panda program.
You have a very short window of breeding, and it's a game of trying to figure out when the right time is to put them together, and if they will successfully breed naturally, which we hope this pair will.
The date of the panda pair's arrival is still top secret for security reasons, but we're told to expect them before the end of the year. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Once they return, I'll have to plan a trip. A bit later, cleaning up Mount Everest.
There's a new push to target high-altitude litter bugs who leave their trash on the tallest mountain on Earth. I'm Jonathan Hunt in Los Angeles. I've got the details coming up.
Because U.S. Cellular.
Well, of course, for us today, it was warm. It was humid across the region, but overall, it turned out to be a pretty nice Wednesday for us. Nice evening, Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex Tower Cam. Right now, it looks pretty good. We're going to be quiet tonight, but rain chances will start to pick back up as we go through the next few days. All right, low to mid 70s across the board. When we go outside, here's 7th and Rangeline, currently sitting at 74. East-southeasterly winds are light at about 5 miles per hour. Had some isolated thunderstorms in our southern counties earlier today, but those are gone. We're watching our next wave, which is building out to the west. Those will start to affect us late in the day tomorrow. 1 wave, 2 waves. That will keep us at least with showers and thunderstorms late Thursday night, and Friday. Look at the rain chances go up mainly after 4 tomorrow afternoon through the evening, overnight hours, and then taper off by the time we head into Friday night. Tonight's calm. We drop back 60, 61, 62 degrees. As we go through the morning hours, clouds increase. You can see a few showers developing out in our far western counties. As we get past about 3 or 4 p.m., some spotty thunderstorms popping up across the region. Nothing strong, nothing severe. We'll get this batch of scattered thunderstorms through the evening hours, a little bit of a break, and then they start to pop back up again late tomorrow night. We're looking at Friday at 4 a.m. Showers, thunderstorms, pretty persistent throughout the daytime hours on Friday. Could get some heavy amounts of rain in spots. Again, not anticipating anything too strong or severe. And then as we get into Friday evening, the rain will slowly start to taper off and then rotate out of here by the time we head into Saturday morning. All right, rainfall, I think a lot of areas are going to pick up a quarter, half an inch, maybe even upwards to an inch with this next storm system, which is going to be rotating through as we go all the way through Friday evening and Friday night. Day planner for you Thursday, 65 to start, 79 by noon, 80 by 4, high temp, right around 81 degrees as we get into the afternoon hours. All right, let's go down the road here. All right, so scattered showers and thunderstorms Friday evening through Friday evening. Again, non-severe. Scattered stronger storms, hit and miss Sunday, a little better chance on Monday. Then as we get into next week, hit and miss storms Tuesday and Wednesday, non-severe, but we may have a severe threat on Monday. Also a warmer week. Temperatures are going to be into the upper 80s. Then we have a severe threat, 2 systems. At least one of the 2 should give us severe weather. The first one around June 9th and 10th, second one around June 11th and 12th. And then when that occurs, that is officially the end of traditional severe weather season. 81 for us tomorrow, 72 on Friday, 79 Saturday, 82 on Sunday, warming up into the upper 80s next week.
All right, well, we're going to have to get used to these warmer temperatures because I guess that's what happens in the summer.
Absolutely.
All right. I need to get my yard finished.
There you go.
It rained on me the other day. All right. Thanks, Doug. Well, don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Coming up in sports, a local athlete is named Missouri High School Softball Player of the Year, plus highlights from the Nevada Griffins season opening game against the Chillicothe Mudcats. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
KOAM News Now. The Nevada Griffins begin their 40th season tonight at Lions Stadium, their 16th as a member of the Mink League, hosting the Chillicothe Mudcats, who are already off to a 1-0 start to their season. Beautiful night for baseball in Nevada. Columbus native and Pitt State rising sophomore Cole Ungehauer gets a start on the mound for the Griffins. He gets a strikeout swinging in the first, then another in the second, but allows 4 early runs to score. His teammates' bats help the cause, though. In the bottom of the second, Carson Potter from Northern Iowa Area Community College gets things started with a double to the wall in left field. Later in the frame, Diego Flores, who just finished his junior year at Cal State University of LA, sends one deep to left as well. That scores a couple of runs, and it gives Nevada a 5-4 lead. We're still in the second inning when Austin Reiter from Northern State University smokes a line drive into left. That's another RBI. Runs galore in this game. The Griffins score 7 in the bottom of the second. As we come on the air, they trail 14-10 in the 6th. Now, a year ago, the Joplin Outlaws would have been playing the Griffins a bunch in this summer. Not anymore, now that they left from the Mink League for the Mid-American. They're on the road tonight at Fort Smith. Plenty of runs in this one, too. Joplin leads 11-6 in the 8th. Their home opener tomorrow night at Joe Becker Stadium. Well, the CNC League releases its 2024 baseball all-conference teams today. The first team selections are on your screen right now. 5 players are unanimous first team selections. Noah Harper from Riverton, Cooper Simmons and Gus Keller, both of them from Colgan on the first team. Peyton Gaines from Baxter Springs as well, and Zane Turner from Galena. Now you can check out on our website to see the second team as well as honorable mentions. The CNC releases its all-conference softball teams today as well. The 3A state champion Frontenac leads the way with 6 first-team selections, 2 of which are unanimous. Those are Avery Johnson and Abby Beeman. Columbus has 4 unanimous first-teamers, Gracie Major, Haley Edgar, KT Lopp, and Katie Simpson. For the second team and honorable mentions, head to KOAMnewsnow.com/sports. Meanwhile, Diamond High School senior Caitlin Surrey is named the Softball Player of the Year in the state of Missouri, according to Max Preps. Surrey was a huge part of the Wildcats state championship in the state title game against Kennett. She hit an inside-the-park home run to give Diamond the lead in extra innings and was the winning pitcher, striking out the final batter. There's been a lot of accolades given to Diamond, given to Surrey. This one very well deserved. She's definitely one of the best players in the area.
And you had a lot of great highlights from her, too, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back with more news after this.
Wheels.
Today is Everest Day. It's supposed to be a day to celebrate the achievements of mountain climbers, but some officials are using it to shine a spotlight on the growing problem of litter bugs at the top of the world. Fox News chief correspondent Jonathan Hunt reports.
Wednesday marks International Everest Day, commemorating the first expedition to reach the top of the world's highest mountain. It's usually a day of celebration, but this year, Sherpas and the Nepalese government are using the occasion to push for a new effort to end a growing problem on Everest: garbage.
Camp 4 and Camp 3 have not even been touched. There is more trash than ever before.
A growing number of veteran Sherpas say they're worried about the accumulation of waste and human bodies, and they're calling on world leaders to fund new cleanup campaigns. New laws were introduced this year aimed at making visitors pick up after themselves, including specially designed bags climbers must now use to go to the bathroom.
It is necessary to work together to minimize the effects of climate change and manage garbage in the mountains to make it pollution-free, as the mountains have fallen to the effects of climate change.
One of the main problems, overcrowding, with some Sherpas suggesting fewer climbing permits. Recent videos like this one show big traffic jams heading up the mountain, though some officials say that's just part of life on Everest.
When people see these photos on social media, they say, oh, there's traffic, but in reality, traffic is nothing new. It has been going on for years.
The Nepalese government is also promising more liaison officers at base camps to enforce anti-littering laws. In Los Angeles, Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
Brad Pitt and George Clooney team up again to star in a new thriller coming out this fall. Details up next in Hollywood Nation. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, will get a new release, and two A-list stars re-team. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has those stories and more in Hollywood Nation.
Clooney and Pitt reunite, Cranston makes an announcement, and a new version of Furiosa in the Hollywood Nation.
I'm Furiosa! The darkest of angels.
Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, is getting a new release. Director George Miller will release a black and white version of the film. He made the announcement during an interview on a recent episode of the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast and confirmed the cut is already complete.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Bryan Cranston's legal drama, Your Honor, gets a new home. The actor announced on social media season 1 and 2 of his Showtime series, Your Honor, will be available to stream on Netflix starting May 31st. The show centers on the Emmy-winning actor playing a judge whose life is turned upside down when his son is involved in a hit-and-run accident. Brad Pitt and George Clooney re-team in the teaser trailer for Wolves. The duo, who last shared the screen together in 2008's Burn After Reading, play professional fixers forced to work together to cover up a high-profile crime. The thriller premieres in theaters September 20th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
That's our time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll leave you with video of a baby gorilla who created his own sit and spin at a Fort Worth, Texas zoo. How cute. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.